Yeah, start with your name and briefly tell us the constituency you are contesting in and what are the things you stand for.
Thank you very much. I am called Awekunimungu Proscovia. I come from Packwach. I am contesting as the woman MP Packwach district. I am going independently, though I subscribe to the NRM government.
Why independent and what issues do you stand for the women of Packwach district?
Well, having been a woman, born a woman by default, raised by a woman, a single mother by death. Of course, my father passed away at an early age. I was 15 and I was raised by a woman, brought up to here by a woman. I simply understand what it takes to be a woman and how best a woman can be helped. Generally, when you look at Packwach as a district, we are not yet there as women. Basically, as a woman and a girl child that have gone through Packwach, I stand for very many pillars to mention, but I feel the education sector and the girl child education for that matter, where we really look up to the standards to up the game in quantity and quality of the girl child education, so that we can be as competitive as we can. Like, for example, when you talk about the science sectors, there are things that I truly believe that I can do that will make ends meet, not just alone, but with the various stakeholders. Then when you look at the socio-economic bit, the women empowerment, of course, when you look at a place like Packwach, it is not very fertile in agriculture, though we are picking up. The life is based on fishing and fish products, which we've been deprived of lately. We look to advocate for it. Maybe if we can have an alternative bill. For example, you know, the operation of the Fisheries Protection Unit on the river. So we can advocate for some win-win situation, unlike the situation right now that you see to it that it has brought a lot of people home. The education sector is empty. Poverty has become poverty. I think it has become the surname of my people. So basically, we need to advocate for some of these things where we look for alternatives for our people, and that has not been done over time in Packwach. And then we look at the different sectors of the people, especially the youth, to which I subscribe, or to which I belong. We've for many times been left out of the picture. Even when a project comes like for government that focuses, that is geared towards the youth, you find out that the actual beneficiaries are not actually the youth. Nowadays they have a common saying that even Mzee himself is the most senior youth. So we are seeing the most senior youth as the beneficiaries, unlike the intended beneficiaries. Some of those things should be streamlined. And then when we look at the different projects of the government, the beneficiaries are actually not the people that they are intended to. It is who knows you, who is up there, who has gone to where. Like lately you see a place in Eastern where a lady said, the president, I don't know what they are going to do, even if they are going to kill me at night, but I have to talk about this. The women who are in power are touching the people they know. These are the people getting PDMs. They've been getting almost every government projects from NADS, PDM, MYOGA, to mention but a few. But then the real intended beneficiaries don't get it. So the criteria itself needs to be streamlined, and some of these things are best worked on when you have the power. You've been entrusted by the leaders because you follow with the authority. Unlike here where somebody can. And then when you look at the agriculture sector, we can look at value addition. We have Kokwero cassava growers, an institute. We have the Kitawe farm that can be upgraded to a very big demonstration farm. We have the day rice milling. All of them are just somewhere there. But these are things we can step up to look at the economic bit of it. You understand? Then I am somebody who is royal. I come from the royal families, and I am born royal. So I look at the cultural institutions where we need to intermarry the cultural, the religious, to mention but a few, and we work as a team, because anybody who says can do it alone, I think that is a very huge lie. So we need to look at our cultural heritage, and we need to incorporate the culture into us to move in a straight path. I have quite a number of things to do, but I think briefly that's what I can talk about.
Based on the citizens' issues raised that we have seen today, especially service delivery gaps, but also leaders not being proactive, but they do certain things retrospectively.
Yeah, I truly subscribe to whatsoever we've discussed today, because there are actually more facts than what we think we have. I think they polish what we have to look more organized, because this is a community-based, a layman-based findings. That is, in fact, for us, it's an equipment. to use. Like, we should make it better. We should work on that. Unlike coming with something, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Many times we fail because we feel like we can actually do certain things. Certain things we can advocate for them. We are legislators, we are policy makers, but we cannot do them ourselves. But then sometimes you roar higher and things will happen.
We have seen politics change from the aspect of issues to money. Many politicians who have the real issues to present are sidelined because they do not have maybe money to, maneuver election process. How prepared are you to overcome this kind of politics, which has taken, a huge, step in our country now?
Very true. Politics has been monetarized from the national level to the local levels. Well, at some point, I believe in a few chances and opportunities that we have for being real out there. Sometimes when you sell your idea to the people, and it is very community-based, the people defend the truth. We do not underlook the fact that riggings can be done, the monetarization to mention, but I believe that I can make ends meet when I go hit on and with valid points, because I know what the people of Jonam wants. I know what Packwach wants, and that is what they want to hear, and that's what I want to do. But in most cases, we have a politician in my area that says, I've offered myself Wunremunen. It's you people to decide. So I offer myself to come into the bridge, to bridge the gap in between the government and the people of Packwach. If they want result-oriented leadership, here I am. But if they feel like money can pay the price, I always have a small song I sing for them, and it passes my message and concludes it all. I hope next time you hear that song.
Can you sing it just a little?
It's in my local language.
No problem.
Okay, it is. Kai mi tu lobo mi tu peri re ibi yuak andayo ibi yuak. It's that it literally says, if you want to follow, let's say the money, the gifts they are giving you, fine, in the end of it you're going to cry. How are you going to cry? The service delivery. Look at the hospital sectors, the roads, everything, because you've eaten a packet of salt in your pocket. Then what comes out of the 5 years? Actually, sometimes it is our people that fails us. How do you accept money in exchange for service delivery? And what do you expect me to do for you? Sometimes I just don't blame politicians. I blame the voters. Because if I come to you with a gift and you tell me I don't want, I'm going to vote for real issues, you hold me accountable. But holding me accountable after you've eaten is quite hard.
Okay.
For nyinga gilonga Awekunimungu Proscovia, aja chungupi otpajuma mego e district me Packwach or independent ticket, enter a subscribing to NRM government. Hatie pi chungu chalo woman MP, but le maketu ngati chungu utie giulong ni alande mukek landi kadongo kek luoru chengo luoru kotongo parebe kekasu atie kule maduong mukedu tina neno ni angoni abina bedwa daraja ikinga mente ku danu mi Packwach mamira chel kenen ulembe mwami yotkum kenen kit odiat mwagi ineno otiat kadipa mon pa mego mortuaries mutie Packwach watie kukabedu machalo were gingolo mitundi odiade twonti skuru de tek igami noni akit kabedu maicha mitu gilok pigi ngoni agimikira kumu gilok pigi kama twerere gilobing ko pigi karachel ku government kudungu matongtong mayori culture kenjuru teach pa government NGOs karadigi konywa mima ko chingdano kenda chungu pi yore miro Packwach yore palim social economic minano ni watie ku jemo ku chalo pokwero cassava growings millers association inongoni akakecha de epodu etwo machines magikel cha de dongu to men kenongo makokeliwa piny lim yore mi processing ginde ongora mewa mwa wadu kudipodu igami nongni ya machines makamecha cha makogi makchingi karadano chingi watia kudei rice millers minongoni ya dedongi toka kecha ngatibudi yang pigipe in agriculture watia kud kitawe farm yatia deka kecha jumoku cha rema kuchingi make inano project maeni yori lokagi kukamunge no dano bino makuchingi magam konyo dano make inano modkadi chuk pijeni mamewa chuk mewa pe manda inano iwilu piny ungora ko chidel fa para beach manongi yufuru oru kezel fa para beach chulu fizi panga nam manaka yangwa chamu kodo nam de donga mente joku donc nam gi joku cha angeyo ngo kunyo giberu kujuma kiona magino uniam size pa ye kodo voi magime tucha la rengo kawoni engine pa ye cha metu miliona bungwen nyo onju momo kumire pirario igam chedo kudu pol kono ya dongange ngo ka piny migicha yuko na mecha o makichidi idwogo korech miref pierario iketu sente makado 1000 dakuwie igam nongango ikuone nedi chamadu nenedi pego mo aju namtie soka magibe poko nongo pego mo ano tie 1000 dakachel mikilimba padano piera bora nongo pego mo tie teach pagamente manda meni wanen kadi projects mama tindu tunube kabinu pagamente chalo OPDM emyoga nusaf inongoni ya june moko madano migitie kamoko ama gitie kamikigi dano manda majuchan manda ite derucha ginongo pero pagamente ngo epirango telamira koya remo mitu wojen ingo mwamejonam ngena radu je mabinu piraradu je ni mabinu pimon ginongengo watie kujuru goro manyingi pia piazo samo kinongo NGO zendra mubinu poki gigari chalo mangechi kanisa AG something abounding grace ya remo binu poki gikom maiga minongoni apinma ino nongwan wajutela wa lobbying watampi dano enigi nanwa kenen yore mi skuru machalo genda girls etie skuru achel panyira but etie kudan pira ngweni abusel pira rio kuwie etie sponsored by Jumunge nyunia wangi wa wacholo dan pira rio kuwie manje enachel kende don konye nango panyimur SS nam gijoko kidama kudano non kudu sente tek school wengo don tolo kechidu yori dei nyinka beneru wenyira bati nongoni anyatino mako okong ora par kado ngucha kutu tunka kani is school nikum distance mikin school kukabedu mingicha bobol maraj do nyatin mapodo ongo ora parcha ongo school nenedi maicha wing is shrinking quality pa education ibotwa kedo ginano yore mwami kura tekwaro kawoni nani institutions matongtong gamente tie kama kuchingi but nongi bongwa ker kwaro jonam wakameni wama gamente mako chingwango pirango kamodu bieti yango mamira cholo mako wo ipima mewade karage unji dan muinano pinyo betimere igichazo etie lok matek ketu chwin man miere uketu gibe nonga duogi nano alemparatia maduongi manifesto maromu loke dar kawoni ngo but wite moko mamako ti en enta beda nyutu dano para mejo namia kado kusavuni luora nyemperingo par pipin mukonyi kulatin peri kulatin pangat kunyi kwei echare mikelu irangone aloka ingom par piso manda par pi yore miro lemi yodi par pi ngudi manda because kena no mon ngudi mewa derecho dong dano mwa ingeo paida tie food bank iwa umakichidi yori kene i okoro izombo kagamu cham igamgu podi nyukia cha bad ijukia bad road networks rech gibe gam panyimur bridge ginde gotnam utie marach echawing bad road networks manongi incha kagi ketu chwingi mage yobogi no all makuching dani yore mi rolim nen watie kudano mokuma inongoni afizi voyogi lem dongupe echagira madano maku wakonywa mak chingi karakara chelo wadong Packwach mwa